Instead of burning your fingers, light a piece of uncooked spaghetti. It will reach into those deep candles. Remove highlighter stains. Ever wish you could remove highlighter marks from a book? Lemon juice fades highlighter enough to make it virtually undetectable. Cut a lemon in half and get some juice on a cotton swab. Run the swab over the highlighted text and watch the color fade. Puppy slow feeder. My puppy was eating his food too fast, resulting in him vomiting it back up. Instead of buying a slow feed bowl, I drilled holes into a 12-inch length of 2-inch PVC pipe and capped the ends. I filled the tube with puppy food, and he has to roll it around to get the food to fall out of the holes. My puppy gets all the food he needs without the mess that comes from eating too fast. Just be sure the holes are large enough for the food to come out. Pool noodle water hose. If you need to fill up a bucket that won't fit under your sink's faucet, bust out a pool noodle. Set the bucket on the floor. Slip the pool noodle over the faucet and run it down to the bucket. Keep seeds fresh. If you don't use up all of your seed packets, store them in an airtight container with silica packets to keep them fresh for next year. The silica packets prevent the seeds from germinating or getting moldy. Fog-free mirrors. Prevent your bathroom mirror from fogging up after a hot shower with car wax. Apply a small amount of car wax to the mirror. Let it dry and then buff with a soft, dry cloth. Easy way to disinfect Legos. Children's toys are a breeding ground for germs. A dishwasher makes quick work of disinfecting toys that are washable, like Legos. To quickly clean Legos, drop them in a laundry bag to keep them contained. Run your dishwasher as usual, but remove the Legos before treasures like seashells, dish brushes, rags, and sponges. Renew your furniture in minutes. My son plastered all of the furniture in his room with stickers from skate shops, arenas, and gumball machines. Once he moved out, I wanted to use his furniture in the new guest room without the stickers. I peeled off all the stickers using a putty knife in combination with a hair dryer to soften the adhesive. Some are harder to remove than others, but I had them all off in a couple of hours. Tape template. Take the guesswork out of hanging picture frames, shelves, and other items with keyhole hangers. To begin, stick a piece of masking tape over the keyholes and then trace over the keyholes with a pencil, making a template. Making sure it's level, stick the template on the wall where you want the shelf. Drill your anchor holes or screws into the template and remove it. Get wrinkles out of your laundry with zero effort. Ditch the time-consuming iron or handheld steamer to get wrinkles out of a shirt or slacks. Throw a few ice cubes or a wet washcloth in the dryer with your wrinkled clothes. As the ice melts and the water turns to steam, it will remove the wrinkles. This trick isn't as effective with heavier clothing, but is a miracle for lighter fabrics. The best part is that you don't have to set the dryer for longer than 10 minutes for it to work. Plant in a pot landscaping design. Ever wish you could reorganize your garden after seeing how the mature plants look? Here's a clever way to do it. You'll need a bunch of pots of the same size so they'll nest into each other. Put your plants in double pots and then bury them at ground level. Whenever you want a change, lift out the top pot and put in a different one. This method is also really slick for bringing plants indoors over the winter. This method is great for quickly changing out seasonal plants and allows for easy experimentation with color and placement of plants and flowers. Zip tie phone stand. When referencing project plans or a photo for inspiration while working on a DIY project, Most of us use our phones to display images or instructional videos. The only problem with this method is that our phones don't prop themselves up, making it difficult to see the images while working. You can make a smartphone stand out of just about anything these days, but it doesn't get much simpler than looping zip ties around your phone. All you have to do is tighten the zip ties until they are snug to the phone, with the zip tie heads facing down and near the edge of your phone. Secret cash stash. Sometimes I don't want to carry my wallet around. At the beach, for example, when I have to leave my belongings unattended while I go for a swim. But I still need cash on hand for food, drinks, etc. So I turned an empty tube of lip balm into a secret cash stash. You could do the same with an empty stick of sunscreen too. A long nail works great for digging out any remaining bits of lip balm, and a cotton swab wipes away any waxy residue. Not only is the tube small enough to fit in my pocket, but it will also fool any potential thieves. I mean, who would steal someone's used lip balm? DIY drip waterer. Here's an easy way to turn any hose into a drip watering hose. Drill 1/8 inch holes every 2 inches and screw a cap at the end. Weave the hose around your plants and turn on the spigot. You'll have to do some testing to figure out the right setting. To make watering even easier, I added a programmable faucet timer to the hose. The ultimate extra hand. Carrying a sheet of plywood by yourself is awkward and hard on your back. The best method I've found is to make a loop from an 18-foot length of rope and wrap it around 2 corners. Now I can use the rope as a handle. How to double your resealable bags. This might be the coolest way to turn your sandwich-size bags into snack bags. Here's how to do it. Heat up an old butter knife with a lighter and slice the bag in half. The hot knife cauterizes the edges of the 2 new bags. The cauterized edges are as strong as the factory sealed edges. No air pump, no problem. Use a shop vacuum. If you don't have an air compressor to inflate your air mattress, mattresses or pool toys. You can use your shop vacuum instead. Just pop the top off of a plastic squeeze bottle and fit the top to your vacuum's hose. You may have to use duct tape. Once the top is secured to the hose, attach the hose to your vacuum's exhaust port. It will blow up your inflatables in no time. To deflate, attach the hose to the vacuum port and suck the air out. Clean up paint in carpet. I used to think dropping a loaded paintbrush on the carpet meant replacing the carpet until a former foreman told me this little tip. Pour some denatured alcohol onto a rag and scrub away the paint. Use a rag that is as close in color to the carpet as the alcohol can transfer some of the rag's color to the carpet. Lampshade lint roller. Fabric lampshades are magnets for dust and pet hair. You can't just throw them in the washing machine. So what do you do? I've found that a lint roller works really well. Be careful though, as lampshades are fragile and can even become brittle. A torn lampshade is worse than a dirty one. Quick cold drinks. Does wrapping a wet paper towel around a warm canned or bottled beverage and putting it in the freezer cool it faster than if there were no paper towel around it? Since it's well known that the evaporation of sweat pulls heat away from your body, causing a cooling effect, the same should happen with a canned beverage in the freezer, right? There are a lot of expert opinions about this online, supporting both sides of the argument. I've had many opportunities to experiment, and to me, it seems to make a difference. Use this simple hack to save your phone charger. To make your otherwise fragile phone charger last for more than a couple of weeks, try out this simple hack. Start by removing the spring from a pen. Next, stretch one end of the spring out a bit so it can fit around the charger cable. You might need to use pliers for this. Now, wind the spring around the cable until it is completely on the charger cable. Next, take appropriately sized heat shrink tubing and slip it over the phone charger and spring. Use a lighter to warm the heat shrink tubing until it conforms around the charger and spring. This simple hack will keep the cord from breaking any further or from even breaking in swept the floor with a standard broom and dustpan knows about that annoying line of dust. It's the line that just won't disappear, no matter how many times you try and sweep it up. To get rid of this annoying line, simply tape the front of the dustpan to the floor with blue painter's tape so no residue will be left on the floor. It will seal and cover the gap between the floor and your pan. This handy hint also works great for sweeping up more menacing items like glass. The dustpan and tape combo will ensure that all of those little glass shards will be in the pan and not on the floor. Make your own ice pack. Ice packs are a great way to keep your lunch cool, but they're a bit expensive if you're in the habit of losing them. This DIY ice pack hack is reusable, so it is good for the environment as well. First, purchase an inexpensive pack of sponges, or just find some old ones around the house. Grab a big bowl of water and let the sponges completely soak up as much water as they possibly can. After soaking the sponges, put each sponge in a small sandwich bag with a zip close. These bags serve two purposes. First, as the ice melts, the bag contains the water so it doesn't make a mess in your lunch bag. Second, keeping the water contained allows the melted sponge to reabsorb the water, so it is ready to refreeze for the next day. Now, freeze the wet and bagged sponges overnight. In the morning, all you need to do is toss the ice pack into your lunch container. Bring dead Sharpies back to life. When it comes to workshop problems, dried out Sharpies aren't major, but they are annoying when you can't find another one to mark your measurements or project notes. To bring a permanent marker back to life, simply remove the back from the marker. This will be different for each brand of permanent marker. For Sharpies, simply remove the back nib. Next, deposit a few drops of isopropyl rubbing alcohol onto the felt material inside. Shake the marker a bit to ensure the rubbing alcohol is absorbed. It's the solvent that the ink is mixed with that dries out first, making the pigment unable to flow. Once the felt absorbs the rubbing alcohol for a couple of minutes, the marker will be practically good as new. So that is all for today. I hope you enjoyed. As always, thank you so much for wonderful night, and I will see